Hello and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a video from the notorious YouTube channel known as AJ+, or as I like to call them, Al Jazeera Light. The video is called How to Impeach an American President. Let's check it out.
How do you impeach a president? That question is on a lot of people's minds, and here's how it works.
Actually, I think this question was on people's minds more over the last 8 years of Obama. Trump was elected in retaliation to that administration, or abomination, whatever you want to call it. People were sick of the Democrats' shit, basically, and I'm sick of this notion that America didn't get what it wanted in this past election. Of course it did. America voted for the Donald, and most of us are happy with it still. But I guess we the winners are sitting quietly and content, while the leftist loser crybabies have been bitching about the election for the last 5 fucking months. The world is sick of talking about it, Al Jazeera. Get over it.
First, the president has to screw up. Bigly. The U.S. Constitution considers treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors to be impeachable offenses. If the president commits any of these, Congress has the power to remove him or her.
I don't know when AJ+ turned into an intro to government and civics class, but thanks, Al Jazeera. Yeah, we know how the presidential impeachment process works. He fucks up and then Congress and the Senate sort out the impeachment. It's pretty simple, actually. Most children in the United States learn this shit in like the 6th grade. It's part of our basic government classes here. But come to think of it, this idea of impeachment may be a bit foreign to the likes of AJ+. You see, Al Jazeera is based in Qatar, and in fact, it's partly funded by the House of Thani, the ruling family of Qatar. And by ruling family, they mean absolute monarchy. The Thani family has ruled over Qatar for over 200 years. So needless to say, there's no fucking impeachment process to peacefully remove Muslim warlords. It's either bend the knee and obey or get your fucking head chopped off. This context helps us see why AJ+ even feels the need to explain basic government processes like impeachment to Americans who learned it when they were fucking kids. This is because while we live in America and have found our free and democratic government to become a little boring and common, to someone in Qatar under a dictatorship, the idea of impeachment is so odd and out there it needs to be explained to full-grown Muslim women like this chick in the video.
It all starts with the House of Representatives. Members of the House can introduce impeachment resolutions like bills, or the House could start the process with an inquiry. The Judiciary Committee reviews the resolution or inquiry findings and then recommends whether or not to take the issue to the floor.
When I first watched this video, I found it pretty insulting to us Americans. I mean, it's a foreign news outlet funded by Muslim dictators telling us how to impeach our president. Aside from the fact that that's insulting to an adult's intelligence, explaining government processes like I said before, I also find it insulting and disrespectful to another country's government and voting process. I mean, can you imagine if there was an American news company who made videos in Qatar on one of their popular websites? In their native language, no less? I don't think that would fly at all, but let me give it the old college try for a minute. I call this bit How to Impeach the House of Thani in Qatar. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get the language right for this propaganda to actually work in their country. I don't speak Sam people, but you'll get the idea. Hello, people of Qatar. Are you happy with the current ruling family, the House of Thani? I know it's been a while since they conquered Qatar in 1740, but their tyrannical Muslim rule of over 200 years has to be getting on someone's nerves. That's why I'm sure many people in Qatar are curious about today's topic, how to impeach the House of Thani in Qatar. Well, I shouldn't have said impeach really, since there's no official government rules for removing the Thani, a royal monarchy family. Let's face it, they're a family of dictators and warlords. The only way to free Qatar is a full-fledged revolution, 1776 style. But even if all of Qatar's 2 million plus citizens united against the Thani still have more money than God, and they have endless soldiers and war supplies to fight them. So I don't know, this video is a little shorter than I expect. All-out war is pretty much the answer. That's the only way to remove violent dictators.
If a simple majority gives the green light, then the ball is in the Senate's court. The Senate acts as the jury for an impeachment trial, and the Senate chamber is the courtroom.
One more thing, did I mention guerrilla tactics? That's going to be key to bringing down the Thani family. Sometimes the only way to beat out a much larger, better equipped enemy is a war of attrition. That's how the humble Vietnam beat the cocky and overconfident United States in the 60s. They outlasted us in the jungle. Perhaps Qatari rebels could outlast the spoiled and softened Thani family in the desert. The rebels could build some sort of intricate web of underground sand tunnels to be used for covert travel or surprise attacks. I don't know, I'm just just spitballing here. Help me help you, Qatar.
And the penalty for impeachment is removal from office. It's a complicated process, but it has happened. Most recently with Bill Clinton. In 1998, the House impeached him for lying under oath to a federal grand jury and obstructing justice.
I just can't help imagining how odd our American government must seem to these Qatari Muslims. I mean, I know Qatar is rich and modern, but they must have no clue how a constitutional republic works. I mean, look at this video. They're explaining shit to me I learned when I was 10. America has free elections, voting, passing bills and laws. These processes are completely different under the virtual dictatorship of Qatar. It's kind of funny actually picturing them watching our Congress on C-SPAN or something, all confused, needing someone to explain shit to them. Well, that's what I'm here for. So, which of these guys is the, Muhammad? No, Omar. There's no Muhammad here in America, and there's no supreme leader. In our country, we vote and the people elect their leaders by choice. Vote? Elect? Choice? You mean kind of like when we go to the bazaar and get to choose which goat we want to buy? I guess he's a Pakistani Muslim. Kinda, but in America, people get to choose who their leaders are too. And they can even vote on laws and rules for everyone to follow. You mean like how Muhammad gave us Sharia law and the Quran? Yeah, but in America, instead of following the rules of an ancient pedophile warlord, the Americans can make their own rules to follow through their government. What is this government in America? Is it like the church? Like our mosque and Islam here in Qatar? Well, yes, the government and church are combined in Qatar, but in America, the church and government are separate. Separate Islam from the government? I bet the Muslims in America aren't very happy about that. Well, that's the thing, Omar. There aren't many Muslims in America. They're mostly Christian people there. Christians? If they're not Muslims, then how do they know Sharia law and when to whip or stone people? Well, they don't whip or stone or hang people in America. When people get in trouble, they just get fined or they go to jail. Come on, really? Then how do they punish the alcohol drinkers and the gay people? The fags? Well, Omar, they don't punish them at all. You're allowed to drink and fuck whoever you want in America. Sounds like America isn't as bad as I thought then. Maybe I'll take one of my daughter wives there for a vacation one day. Hey, as long as that wife is over 18, you should be fine, Omar. Oh shoot, 18? I guess me and the wife will have to wait another 5 years then. Pedophile jokes. That's great. Great Muslim humor.
You know, the whole not having sexual relations with that woman thing. But the Senate later acquitted Clinton on both charges and he remained president.
And from that abortion of a presidency came everyone's favorite loser, Hill Dog.
Before that, there was Richard Nixon. In 1974, the House Judiciary Committee recommended that Nixon be impeached for his involvement in the Watergate scandal. But Nixon resigned before the entire House could vote.
This is what will happen next time too, and every time probably. If a modern president ever gets close to impeachment, he's just gonna resign, as he should.
All three of these presidents were impeached, but Congress never actually removed any of them from office. And with Congress playing such an instrumental role, chances of an impeachment seem less likely when the House, the Senate, and the president all belong to the same party. But you never know.
I know, Trump is squeaky clean. He will never fuck up bad enough to get impeached, and he's gonna win a second term, and the Dems are probably gonna cry about it for the whole 8 years. What's most disturbing here is the comfort at which AJ Plus openly suggests America impeach its president, when there's no fucking reason to. Qatar is openly trying to spread propaganda regarding a foreign election in a foreign nation, and you'd think the left would be ranting and raving about this attempt at foreign influence. They have been hounding Trump about his supposed and unproven ties to Russia for months. Apparently to the Democrats, foreign influence is bad when Trump does it, but when Qatar agrees with you, it's totally cool for them to suggest dethroning a foreign leader. What do you guys think? Has Qatar gone too far? Yeah, I've been saving that one for the end. Should Trump be impeached? Comment below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time.